Welcome back to my abode. I am Yorkie the Tale Spinner, taking you back to Galarian for more of the tales of dark whispers, or whispers of darkness, in the wrath of righteous Pathfinder. Right. Actually, just sort a quick something out here. No known way to cross that rift. We can go there. I'm spotted by enemies, or spotted enemies at least. I think it's time that we sorted some things out. Right. You should be at the front. You should be at the front. And you two should be like that. Actually, maybe more like that.
I see blood! Blood!
I see a spider. Well, Jiff.
Cover me, all right?
Well, that didn't last long now, did it? I see a fly. That missed. You using that.
They'll beg me to stop!
Well, Jiff.
Stab you or zap you? Why not both?
He's actually pretty good with the blades. Maybe right now that's how we keep them. No range, apart from me. And that seems to be it for this little area. The basement is dark and dank, and you are immediately struck by the hostility of the gathered tieflings. 5 of them are kneeling along the wall, separate from the rest. The tall woman, who had been cleaning her fingernails with the tip of her knife, greets you with narrowed eyes. Brother Woljip, got my message then. Sorry I couldn't swing by sooner, dear sister Charisme. Just one thing after another. First I was in shackles, next, well, no, I'm still in shackles. And I was being watched, and then the chief got me out. Came here straight away. I knew you'd been waiting on me. Enough talk, or we'll be here all night. So, we had a clear plan. We were going to wait for nightfall, slip into the shop, grab the goods, and leave. Even the neighbors called the guard. There was time to get away, but what happened? That bitch Cherubeth showed up almost right away. She knew we'd be there. Somebody betrayed us. I have a good idea who it was. What do you have to say about that? Make it quick. Burden proof lies with the accuser. Waldriff doesn't have to prove anything. Charisma turns to you. She speaks. I thought Waldriff had only brought you here to have someone to hide behind if things went south. In a single fluid motion, Charisma adjusts her grip on a knife so that she is now holding it by the blade as if preparing to throw it. Burden of proof. Are you a city guard or something? I don't know how it is with your lot, but in the family the highest rank is always right, and here That's me. You think Woljif knows the name of the traitor? Yes, he knows the name of the traitor. Every gang that Brother Woljif has been a part of has very quickly come to an end. Their hideout location was passed on to the guards, or their competitors found out where they could ambush them. Woljif is the only one who always comes out smelling of roses. If you think about it, you'll come to the same conclusion as us. Canabres is burning. Why are you all squabbling here instead of fleeing the city? Prismy purses her lips. I'd be glad to leave, like the rest of my brothers and sisters. But in the family there's nothing worse than betrayal, and it's something we do not forgive. We don't forgive anyone who lets traitors off the hook either. If I don't find the rat my superiors, let's just say I'll wish I was burning in Canabres. I want to keep living, so I'm going to take a chance. Until I find out who the traitor is, no one is leaving. Well, Jiff, tell us your side of the story. What happened? What's there to tell? About a week ago, Sister Charisme got 6 of us together in this very basement. Me and those 5 over there, I mean. Woljif shakes his head toward the 5 tieflings kneeling by the wall. She rounds us up, and she says we've got a score. Ancestries and Wonders, the one place nobody's ever been able to hit. A place that's guarded by a golem, but now a powerful scroll that would knock out the golem just happened to come into our possession. Along with a tip-off, the shop owner would be gone on a particular mission, particular night. All 6 of us know a bit of magic, and we know that any enchanted junk will sell for a pretty penny, so we're in. And the most important thing was that none of us was to be hanging around the shop ahead of the job. No casing out the place, no calling attention to ourselves from either the golem or its master. This job was top secret. That's all true so far, go on. We did everything right, and the locks and the golem. I picked the lock, I remember it clear as day. Sister Dalna was on lookout. Brother Melrun had the scroll. Duffy, Tavy and Varner brought the sacks. We covered the windows and lit the torches. I remember scooping up rings and tossing them in a sack, and one right expensive one rolled away from me. I crawled under a table after it, and the next thing I know, Irabeth was there. Everybody scampered in, but I was still under the table. Not my finest moment. I was going to wait it out, but then those blockheads were dragging me out by my tail and put me in shackles. They took all my rings off, about 20,000 worth. And to add insult to injury, I never even found the last one. In the end, I got busted over nothing. So they caught you, poor thing, stripped you of your loot and didn't even manage to stash anything. It is me pointedly polishing a knife. Where's the moon of the abyss? Brother Woljif? What is the moon of the abyss? It was an amulet. It used to sit on a little cushion in the shadow, in the window of Ancestries and Wonders. Sterling silver, sparkled like a star. 5 pieces of work. On one side, there was a half moon. You know, a crescent, a waning moon. And in the middle, there was a dark crystal, like it was eclipsing the moon. Old man Philemon was so proud of that amulet. He used to say, I'll never sell it. The jewel of my collection. Woljif sighs unhappily. I used to go there to see what kinds of treasures were in the world. There's nothing else to look at in Canabres. People used to claim it was a powerful thing, but who's to say? If you ever stole a thing like that, you'd have the guards on you the second you tried to fence it. Everybody knew you were always hanging around Ancestors and Wonders, drooling over the moon of the abyss. Did you think you could swipe it in all the commotion and keep it for yourself? Did you hope we'd all be locked up and you'd get off scot-free? With a fancy trinket to boot. Don't take me for a mugwort if I can see right through you. How would Irabeth arrest her own informant? Took the word right out of my mouth. It doesn't make any sense. If I was the right, I'd have kissed her on the hand and been long gone by now. You know me, sister. I'm a cautious fellow, not an idiot. Why would I go against the family, so the fish in the cellar can have a nice Woljif-sized dinner? The moon of the abyss is a pretty bauble, to be sure, but it's just an amulet. It ain't worth dying over. You knew Irabeth's people would protect you. You knew you could pin the moon going missing on them. And now you've come here with backup. Exactly what I was going to say to you. Only problem is, nobody's returned the amulet to Feliman. Are you giving Erebeth a cut? Is that it? Have you seen her? Do you think she'd take a cut of anything I offered her? She can't be bought. She's like 3 heralds of Eomade all rolled into one. He speaks the truth. You'll find some knights who'll take bribes, I'm sorry to say, but Erebeth Tirabade isn't one of them. Go on, Waljeff. That's the whole story. Waljeff crosses his arms, looking affronted. Some family, this turned out to be just a name in the end. In a real family, people take each other's at their word. Until they're caught lying repeatedly, Waljeff. They don't throw around accusations. I didn't take the Moon of the Abyss. What am I going to do with it? You can't sell it to no crusaders. It's a special item. You can't wear it. It'll get nicked. It's pretty to look at, sure, but it ain't that pretty. If it's important to you, Sister Charisma, I'll find it. And I'll drag the traitor here by his horns just so you don't end up at the bottom of the Cellin. You know what you're going to do, owe me after that? Apology. Right here, in front of everyone. You're going to apologize loud and clear so everyone hears it. Say, sorry, Waljeff, you're a good guy, and I was wrong about you. Fine. You're one of my people, which is why I'm going to give you time. But if you run, Brother Waljeff, the family will get you no matter where you go. You'll spend the rest of your life looking over your shoulder, tossing and turning at night, fearing poison in every cup and every meal. You'll look into the eyes of every tiefling you meet, wondering if the family's come for you. You'll have no peace. But one day you'll be tired of running. You'll stop to catch your breath, and that is when we'll get you. Got that? You go away with words, Sister Charisma. A way that almost made me wet myself, but a way nonetheless. Let's go, Chief. We'll go chat to that scary gal, Erebeth. She knows you a little. We can ask her who ratted us out. I'll let you do the talking. We'll find the real traitor. And I'll get my apology onward to Erebeth, Chief. Let's go clear my name. Root out the traitor, but be quick about it. Time's running out. I don't want to get chewed up by demons. Now, the question is, can we go down here? Nope, because it requires us to go all the way over there for some reason. And I see. Ah, I don't see a route because that gate is destroyed. I see. That's the only way across the market square. Okay.
This way.
Okay, same thing. There's a traitor I'm trying to track down who is your informant among the thiefling. Erebeth arches her brows in surprise. Canabras is threatened by a demon horde. You have enough spare time to help out thieves, Erebeth sighs. I don't like this, but I hope you know what you're doing. I'll tell you everything I know. I did not see my informant's face. He slipped out of a dark alley, handed me this note, and disappeared. Erebeth hesitates as she tries to remember. He had a cloak with a hood masking his face. The horns, the long horns, didn't fit under it. There should be a guardian golem in Ancestries and Wonders, the workshop they tried to rob. The owner gave us the construct's code word just in case. The golem itself was destroyed, but the head seems to be intact, so you can interrogate the thing and find out what it saw. The code word is Hand of Irori. The shop's owner must have escaped, but there's a chance you'll get lucky with the golem. Off we go. Wonders Workshop.
What's that?
Some scrolls have been torn apart. Some have been trodden by muddy boots. Finian the talking weapon. You, free at last. I thought I'd been flattened like a pancake onto the rubble. Much obliged. Damn, I'm not in any pain. But my head is still foggy. For some reason. What's with all the hubbub in the city? The name's Finian. I'm a Pathfinder. If there's anything I can do to help, I will. Or a Pathfinder? That's right, Finian is my Pathfinder and Crusader. I roam around the world wound wherever my tasks lead me. Scouting mostly, but this last while I've just been hanging around in Canabres, waiting until I'm needed again. I'm bored out of my mind, but at least the shop makes for better lodgings than some inn. What I meant was, what are you? What's that supposed to mean? I told you. You want to know where I hail from, is that it? Well, I'm from round here, actually. We Kelids of the Star-Eyed clan fled when the Worldwound troubles began. But I couldn't stand by while the demons wreaked havoc, so I came back. Or did you mean to ask about my weapon of choice? My best weapon is every weapon. I am skilled and a capable fellow. If I do say so myself, I can swing a sword and poke with a spear. But what I'm best at is communing with the spirits. They call folks like me Phantom Blades. Phantom Blade, what is that? It's like a spiritualist, but with a twist. It means that some spirits took a liking to me at some point, and it can turn into whatever weapon I need. Handy, eh? I don't need any whetstones or enchantments. Doesn't take up space either. Although, to be fair, it's not a barrel of laughs. The spirits that bestow this kind of power don't come from happy places. They're not exactly bright-eyed and bushy-tailed. They usually appear after great battles and leave few survivors. The cities... and how did you end up in this shop? I've been here so long I don't even remember anymore. Just sitting and waiting for any word from the Pathfinders, but it looks like everyone has forgotten about me. The shop owner is an old friend of the Pathfinders, so I've taken up residence here. The city is under attack by the demons. Wait, what? The last thing I saw was some thieves breaking in here. Then the guards came, everyone was running around, and after that, it's a bit of a blur. Right, when things got intense, they dropped the cabinet on me. I couldn't even help the owner. I was just lying under the shelves like a dimwit until you came along. If there are demons in Canabres, we must do something about it. The city needs every blade it can get. Hey, do you mind taking me with you? I don't think I can handle this alone. Besides, the more the merrier. Alright, I'll take you. I swear you won't regret it. I can do all sorts of things. Is there anything your party is missing? A sword, a spear, a bow? Just say the word. Access him through special... Okay. Alright. Let's have a word with him then, shall we? Hail to the adventurers. You know, I've never regretted following you. Everyone seems to revolve around you like beavers in a mill wheel. I'll have lots to write in my report to the Pathfinder Society. Although thinking about it, it's been a while since I sent them any reports. I want to talk about you. Sure, go ahead. Although I haven't really done anything noteworthy yet. You realise that you're a weapon? What kind of question is that? I mean, sure, the clerics keep going on about every crusader being a weapon of Eomedae. I don't speak of myself in fancy words like that. I'm just a lad with 2 arms, 2 legs, and more freckles than I'd like. Let's talk about that, shall we? I choose where to go and whom to fight for. I don't want to be someone's weapon, you hear. Aradan is dead. Now everybody decides their own fate. Ugh, you gnomes and your never-ending jokes. I remember meeting a group of gnomes once, 4 of them. Ganged up on the 5th to convince him he had a bush growing on his head. They bugged him out about it an entire day until the lad had almost gone mad. Don't even try something like that on me. I'm always up for a good joke. I really hate it when someone tries to mess with my head. How did you become a Pathfinder? I've always wanted to be one ever since I was a kid. I remember I'd go out to the edge of the village at sunset and then just keep walking until I got tired or someone dragged me back to by my ear. It was like something was drawing me away from my home. My clan wasn't the nomadic kind before the world wound opened. The idea of travelling anywhere would have never crossed the minds of many in my clan. They were content in their community, or their patch of land. But I had always wanted to see what lay beyond the bend in the road, over the familiar hill beyond the horizon. My father, he wanted to teach me to be a shaman like him, but as soon as I came of age, I was off looking for the Pathfinder Society, and I found it, in Iz. After 3 weeks of travel on foot, I passed their trials and they accepted me. My father hasn't spoken to me since, but that's all right. Once he hears my great deeds, he'll come round someday. All I wanted was to rush off some faraway land and find a treasure trove no one else had discovered yet. But I knew that I had a duty to Sarkoris. Then the wound opened, the demons, the havoc. In the end, I never went anywhere. But as soon as things calm down, I'm setting off to explore Aslant. I've already decided. Great ancient ruins, that's my kind of life. Being surrounded by the wreckage here is depressing, as I'm sure you know. You remember anything from before you ended up in Canabres? There's uncertainty in Finian's voice. I mean, a lot of things happened. I remember how happy everyone was when the wardstone was placed in Canabres. That was some celebration. Finia is silent for a few moments, and I remember when the cultists took me, put down my whole party, and dragged me to their ringleader. Don't know his name, everyone just called him the Bladesmith, but after that, my memory is all fuzzy. For some reason, he didn't sacrifice me or anything, just knocked me around. Said he'd been looking for a phantom blade for a long time. I don't remember why. How I escaped, what I did, I can't remember that either. Some crusader picked me up in the wound, brought me to Canabres. And that's where I stayed, licking my wounds. Maybe there was a mix-up, and now they think I'm dead. Why else would none of them contact me this whole time? What, don't you say? What you described happened decades ago. That's rich. Next you're going to tell me I've been sleeping for decades. Last year that was. Well, maybe the year before last. I couldn't have been wandering the wound that long. I would have been either dead or an old geezer by now. Nah, quit messing with me. Finian, you need to understand you're not human anymore. Finian's voice sounds concerned. Hey, are you feeling alright? Maybe you need to have a lie down. I'm standing right in front of you. Poke me if you like, as human as they come. Or do you think my travels have worn me down so much I become an animal? Not happening. My folks taught me to stay human. Always. No matter the circumstances. Remember who I am. And never shame my ancestors. Are you still able to commune with spirits? Maybe I can, only they don't want to answer me. I'm still a spiritualist, a phantom blade. My power is within me, but I have this feeling like I'm separated from the spirit world by some kind of transparent wall. I keep knocking. No one can hear me, I think. Finian forced a chuckle. Guess all the Bladesmith's torture did a number on me. He broke something inside. I want to talk about something else. Tell me about the Pathfinder Society. Oh, well. Folks sometimes curse our names, calling us opportunists who just want to line our pockets. That's only part of it. We're travellers, explorers, solvers of mysteries, and fighters of evil. I mean, good coin hasn't hurt anybody yet. But for folks like me, it's not what matters most. We're curious to see the world, play a part in everything, stick our nose out. Stick our nose everywhere. Getting into our circle isn't easy. First, you must prove that you can endure any place you're sent to, and you won't shy away or flee. That's why you'll never catch a long line of applicants outside any society lodge. Every lodge is a venture captain, and they approve your application, you're in. And there are many lodges all over the world, but the main one, the Grand Lodge, is located in faraway Absalom. I've never been there myself, but I've heard a lot of stories about it. About the decemvirate that governs all Pathfinder's affairs from there. That's all for now. I should get going. Feel like chatting, I'm always here. Let's see what weapons we're wielding at the moment. You've got a cold iron masterwork longsword. Now, Finian. You became a longsword. It would be a cold iron ghost touch +1. So not masterwork, but masterwork only has +1 to hit. This is +1 to both. 6 to 13 compared to 5 to 12.
Wherever my legs carry me.
That is a counterfeit Derek Sonama's jewelry. Merchant will buy that. Alright, so it's nothing worthwhile. I mean, it's
What's
worth
on your
selling,
mind?
of course. Everything
I
is.
wonder.
And that... We have Head Chomper, summons a pet owlcat. Morale bonus on perception and law, nature checks.
I'll watch your back.
There. Polished oak shells once showed magical rings. Amulets, now all that's left is trash, but as we know. Alright. The formerly well-appointed shop now looks a sorry state. It has been completely ransacked, lying in the corner next to the scorched wall of the soot-covered shards of a clay golem's head. The golem's eyes glow in the gloom. Master, code word, and a Virori. Code word correct. The golem's eyes grow brighter, awaiting orders. Where did you come from? Who created you? The golem was crafted by Gaffrain and Son and Son and Son. Address, third building on the right, Jeweller's Alley, Nidosian, Mendev, model G504ENE, which stands for Experimental and Enhance. For all inquiries, contact Mr. Gaffrain. Tell me about any suspicious people who came to the shop in the last week. The golem is silent for a moment. 56 individuals enter the shop. Human, female, old. Male, old. And female. You'll be reeling off customers till nightfall. We need to ask it in a different way. Were any of the suspicious people tieflings? Golem is silent for a while. Tieflings 3. Tiefling, male, middle-aged. Tiefling, male, young. Tiefling, female, young. Tell me about the young tiefling. Tiefling, male, medium height. Short horns curling backward. Medium length tail. Eye colour yellow, hair colour black. Special observations, annoyed master. Horns, hair, tail, that sounds like me, but it's not possible. I know the security's like here. I didn't come near this place. I give you my word, Chief. No special observations. Subject was unremarkable. Yes, he can have been me. You're cute, Waljiff. I'll give you that. Describe the middle-aged male tiefling. Tiefling, male, medium height, long horns, medium tail length, eye colour, pale blue, skin colour, dark, special observations, red hair. Oh, that's our trait. I'd bet our life on it. Charisma drilled it into our hide so that we weren't to go hanging around the shop. Red hair, we've got a couple of gingers. And plenty more who get it out of a bottle. So much for special observation. All I'm saying all they're crapped up to be, eh? Maybe its master knows more. Grab the female tiefling. Tiefling, female, above average height, hair, long, pale. Tail not observed. Long horns, eye colour blue, special observation scar on nose, baldric with gold stitching. Don't know that one, a new arrival most likely. Gold stitching, eh? Wouldn't mind getting to know her a little better. Enough. Where is your master? Bellman Fruliatros, my master, is in his hiding place. Revealing the location of the hiding place is prohibited. Prohibited. Likely hold himself up in the basement when the commotion started. The entrance should be around here somewhere. Where is the basement in this place? The basement is below me. I guard the basement. Leaving my post is prohibited. Found out everything I wanted to know.
Stupid thing. Anything for you.
Something there.
I am helpful, am I not?
The elderly gnome, so portly as to be nearly spherical, is curled up in the corner of this basement shaking. Orders, bandit scavengers, shut it or you'll pay for your insults with your life. The gnome hands scrabble around on the floor, seeming in search of something to hurl at you. Eagle Watcher probably caught up with the bandits by now, and you won't get off lightly either. You're sure of that? Formed an evil action. The gnome notices Waljiff, and his rounded face turns scarlet. You! Waljiff, you dirty little sneak thief, you've been sniffing around my shop for years. Finally worked up the courage to rob me, did you? Get out of here. You and your pals have taken everything already, I'm sure. The gnome seems to settle slightly. My name's Fileman Fruliatros. I was the owner of this shop, but I'm not sure I can claim to be the owner of anything now. I hope there's at least something left of it. Oh, come off it, your shop's fine. It's a bit ransacked, maybe. Nothing a bit of spit and polish can't fix. Where were you on the night of the robbery? Do you think I robbed my own shop? I was here in the basement. I was told to make it look as if I'd left. The watch was very keen to get their hands on those thieflings. They seem to be multiplying all over Galarian. So of course I did everything they said, and I've been stuck in the basement since then. The golem wouldn't move away from the door, no matter how much I yelled at it. But then I thought it was all for the good. Somebody came by after the guards and caused a ruckus upstairs, bellowing like mad, taking advantage of my absence. Tell me about the tieflings that have visited Ancestors and Wonders lately. Why should I tell you anything about my customers? You're not from the City Guard or the Eagle Watch. Chief, he keeps digging his heels in. Just say the word. I know how to loosen his tongue. It's 11. That's 12. Oh, Jip, you try to persuade him. Persuade him how? I ain't even gonna try. I'm just gonna let him have a little chat. Waldrew erupts in blue flame and the shadow of a winged demon blows behind him. The devoured demon from the depths of the abyss. Elman recoils in horror. covering his head with his hands. I'll tell you everything. Yes, I really did kick that pup. But I didn't know it'd go flying halfway across the yard. The blue flame and the shadow vanish. Pup? What pup? Tieflings. Tell us about the tieflings. Tell me about the red-haired tiefling. Fireman, for false thinking. A red-haired tiefling, I suppose, yes. There was one. Came in. Spent a long time looking around. He was a person of modest means. I could tell by his clothes, but he asked me to show him an Asimir-made chainmail. Certainly couldn't afford it. That's when I suspected that something was off. I checked everything before he left, after he left, but nothing was missing. That put my mind at ease. Can't remember what he looked like. I didn't get a good look at his face. All I remember, he was wrapped in a green cloak, like he was freezing. That's all I have. That's it. With a description, we'll surely sniff him out. Come on, Chief. Back to Kirisme we go. To have a good long shifty at all my brothers, and put all these clues together. Something tells me our traitor isn't going to wriggle out of this one. Tell me about Woljif. Wellman's face wrinkles in disgust. Woljif Jeffdo, right? Yes, I've known him a long time. Though I'd rather not know him at all. Been skulking around my shop for years, treating the place like a free museum. He always wanted to look at the moon of the abyss. I'd chase him out, but he'd just slink back in there again. If he was with the gang that robbed my shop, I'll bet anything he swiped the moon. How come I'm the prime suspect? Whoever betrayed us all, that's the one who's got the moon. I don't want to see it return too. Get me? I don't like the idea of other people's grubby mitts on it. Tell me about the tiefling woman. Elman scratched his chin. A tiefling woman? Ah, yes, I remember now. A noble lady, unlike the tiefling ruffians we have round here. She purchased magical equipment for the crusade, and she promised to come again. If only all tieflings were like that, I'd be laughing all the way to the bank. Found out everything I need to know. If that isn't enough to help you catch the thieves, then I don't know what else to tell you. Now be on your way and leave me in peace. Anything else down here? Yes, over here. Not a whole lot of useful stuff, but something nonetheless. And now we can go identify the tiefling. Green cloak, long horns, red hair. More enemies on the road.
They will break against our resolve.
Well,
I'll cut you wide open.
apparently you won't. 9 damage.
Distract them from me.
Or spiders.
Into the fray!
Alright.
No match for me.
You're down.
The spirits demand your blood.
You should be using that, actually.
Time to share your treasures!
This pain is excruciating.
Yes, I would imagine it
The
is.
light take you!
You are today's sacrifice.
Well, you're missing a lot. I need to roll an 11 to make a hit.
Cover me, all right?
Why don't you lay on hands others?
The Inheritor, guide my blade!
Beg me to stop.
Go for their hearts!
That's a bit more like it.
Stab you or zap you? Why not both?
No glory without risk!
And out we go. Charisma drums her fingers nervously on the handle of a blade well. Are you going to tell me who the traitor is? Take a good look at the suspects. I'm ready to give a name. Oh. I think it was Malrune. Redhead tiefling who wears green cloak is the traitor. All that remains is to fetch him off. You'll pay for this, Bartel, and we'll get you in the end. Grab him, taking him away for questioning. Charisma looks weary, but her early attention has clearly lifted. He confessed someone connected to the cult of Baphomet ordered him to steal the Moon of the Abyss. And the best idea he had was to drag us into it. He got the scroll to take out the golem. He betrayed us to Erebeth so that he could wipe the amulet in chaos. He thought we'd get nicked and slink off to meet up with his customer. We got the Moon of the Abyss. Let me look at it one more time. My whole life I've dreamt of holding it in my hands, only for a second. He said when he got to the window display the moon was gone. He's lying, of course. He had time to hand the moon off to the person who ordered it. Bloody cultists. I don't see it really give a toss. I'm just glad we got to the bottom of this. What are you going to do now? Clear out of this place, the sooner the better. The city's dying. I don't want to die with it. This city would have already died if not for the people who stood up to defend it with weapons in their hands. So defend it. I'm not stopping you. Your city. But we've always been outsiders here. Why would we fight for you now? Can I join the family? Disney bursts out laughing. That's all you want? You can have your pick of the non-tiefling gangs. You've no need to tread on our territory. The family's for tieflings only, no exception. What are you going to do to the traitor? Charisma nonchalantly picks her nails with a knife tip. He'll be sent to visit his distant relatives on a farm. To think about what he did. Any more questions? I have to. Good decision. I don't plan to hang around long either. Charisma turns to leave. Sister? Waldriff nervously bites his lip. His cheeks are flushed. Tail is swishing through the air. You've got something. What now? You should be happy to be alive. Apology. You promised to apologize to me. Actually, you told her she'd owe you that. I don't think she agreed. In front of everyone. We're alone now, but I still want to hear it well. Ah, that. Charisma shrugs indifferently. So sorry. I suppose for being wrong about you this time. Don't think that just because you don't act like a jerk this once, it cancels out the rest of your record. I know all about you. Till next time, Waldriff. Too bad, because that's all I've got. Waldriff watches her go, his tail relaxing. Better than nothing. Listen, Chief, when you've got a spare minute, come see me. I have something I want to discuss with you. But for now, let's head out of here. I don't like sitting below ground when the building above is ready to crash down on our heads.
I see something over there.
Yes, you do.
Forwards! No backwards, backwards!
I hope you appreciate this.
Well, there's very little in there, but at least it's something. Something here. It looked like it was through the wall, but it wasn't. So, a chance to go chat with him. Sell up junk. And then go talk to Waljev.
Psst, look, Chief, I got something to show you. Ta-da! A real beaut, isn't it?
Waljev comes closer and looks around, quickly to make sure no one else is eavesdropping. He makes a subtle gesture and an amulet on a chain appears in his hand. A silver amulet in the shape of waning moon with a dark crystal in its middle. The abyss. So you did betray the Thieflings.
Ugh, that cuts me deep, Chief. You and I saw who the traitor was. It's just that when we robbed the shop, I went in first and took what I wanted. Nothing wrong with that. Although, of course, I did think about hiding the moon and just taking myself off somewhere warm when all this blows over. But only because I want to see the world. Is it a crime to want to travel? Huh? Is that what counts for treachery these days?
Waljev is silent for a moment, then cunning grin crosses his face. Did you really have the amulet this whole
Since
time?
that night, Chief, Melround didn't even set eyes on it. While he was dealing with the golem, I sneaked past them, and that was that.
Waljev grins, pleased. Remind me, why is this item so important?
Do you really not remember it? Oh, I thought you would appreciate it. It's from the old man Fileman, the owner of the Ancient Trees and Wonders shop. It's the pride of his collection. The Moon of the Abyss, an amulet with a rare crystal crafted by an unknown maker. When I think of how much this thing is worth, it makes my head spin.
You've been searched by guards. How did you manage to hide the amulet?
Thieves have their ways.
Waljev grins. Why didn't you give the amulet to Charisma right away?
What? So she would slay me right away, you mean? You saw how antsy she was over Canabras and all this. So I did it. I took the Moon of the Abyss. But I didn't go to Erebeth. And Big Sister wouldn't hear my explanations. She doesn't have the time. I even thought I'd hide the moon somewhere, and then when all the noise had died down, I'd go get it and make a run for it. I'm sick of the Thieflings. And they never appreciated me anyway.
Why did you steal the Moon of the Abyss? You wouldn't have been able to sell an item so rare.
Why, she asks. It's expensive, pretty. And you know, it's my amulet, actually. Not meaning I stole it, but I mean, this is my inheritance. My grandma and I were poor. All we had was a jewelry box with the moon in it. She used to store it under the floor in the basement, and she'd take it out sometimes just to look at it.
Waljev put his hands in his pocket and looks away. Not sure I believe that. I think he might believe his own lies at this point.
She was always nicer when she had a few drinks in her, so I could ask her things then. One time I asked where she got it from, and she said it was from a demon. You know, the demon who was my grandfather. He said the moon was to be passed down. My ma was good for nothing and nobody, so that's why Grandma decided to keep the amulet for me. She used to say it would be mine when I grew up, but she couldn't wait until I grew up. She squandered my inheritance when she became a drunk. Took it to Fileman's shop and pawned it. He gave her some coppers for it, and she didn't even haggle. Just grabbed them and ran back to the tavern before last orders. I've been going to Fileman's to look at the moon ever since I was a kid. He chased me away, but I just kept going back, so eventually he gave up. He didn't skimp on security. The place was like a fortress, so he wasn't worried about a street rat like me pinching anything. Even when I got more skilled, I couldn't get any closer to it. One day, I had no one to go with. Another day, there were only oafs who'd never stolen anything more than a church donation box. But when Charisme had planned everything out, I realized I had a chance to get the moon and move away from here. Maybe to Garand. I hear it's warmer there. I've stayed with the family for too long.
You did the right thing by not giving away the amulet. Stealing from thieves isn't even stealing. You have to put yourself first.
Allies, friends, it's all a load of crap. Life brings us together, forces us to make plans, do whatever it is we do, but it's a safe bet that this ain't forever. I might be a traitor, but the others, are they any better than me? Melround had a good reputation in the family. He was trusted, and you see what happened. If you abide by the law, anyone can rob you. So you need to break the law first when no one expects it, and run before you go soft and get too attached.
Interesting
Whatever
concept.
you think, I owe you. I'm not just a thief. I have my own business selling things. Thanks to you, I'm still in the family. And we have the black market sewn up in this city. It's a good way to sell valuables. So, if you need anything, a scroll or something, just say the word. I have a little portal to our people in Erosian. You put a note there, and you get what you need. I can't get you anything big, but what they do have is all high quality. Nothing's too good for you, Chief. What's mine is yours. For a price, of course.
Are you really staying in the party or just waiting to have a chance to run off? Logic gives you a hurt look. As if I could, there are demons and dangers around every corner. The tiefling stopped short. Don't worry, Chief. I'll work off my debt honestly. I won't stab you in the back or go on the run with your money. And if you buy my wares, I won't have to leave at all. Tell me what you can get using your connection. Bulgy's face breaks into a happy grin. Look, Chief. Tieflings have all the best things. Various scrolls, holy water. Nothing major. A few little things. Right. Let me have a look at him. His Dex is +5. Finesse. She doesn't have finesse yet, does she? Not currently, no. All right. So if Waljeef is with us, it looks like we have a travelling shop. Oh, what I didn't look at was... yeah. What's he selling? He is selling weapons at all. Interesting. But, well, those aren't interesting. These are. And so the next place to which she has to travel is, of course, the market square. Or maybe not. Some enemies.
What's in wait for me?
We are the light! They are the darkness!
Distract them from me.
Am I at my limit?
Not really, not yet.
Time to share your treasures.
Ah! Into the fray!
Why am I so weak?
And a quick trip to the market. And for now, I think that is where we will leave it. There are links around to other gameplays you may enjoy on the channel. There's a like and a subscribe if you wish to help us grow. And in the comment section, if you leave a message, I shall respond. I've been Yorkie, the tail spinner. The 2 hours been around. And you've been wonderful, so I shall see you next time. Fare thee well.